Wake up.
Do 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 do.
We need to wake up.
Do 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 do.
People, black people, don't you know
that we need it so?
History.
Do 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 do.
We need our history.
Do 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 do.
People, black people, don't you know
that we need it so?
And ever since we were brought to this land, there has been a master plan to keep us knowing ourselves.
So if you want to be free, please and read a relevant book about our history. Do 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 do. Unity. Do 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 do.
We need unity.
Do 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 do.
People, black people, don't you know
that we need it so?
Wake up.
Do 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 do.
Whoa, study your history
Do 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 do.
so that we can build unity
Do 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 do.
that will lead to victory,
Do 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 do.
that will bring us true equality.
Do 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 do.
People, black people, don't you know
that we need it so? Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Warsaw Community Church. Warsaw Community Church is a community of the way. The way is Ma'at, truth, justice, and righteousness. We believe the teachings of our elders and our ancestors that the Creator God created the universe and all life and has placed in each of us a part of the divine spirit. God living in us and through us has given us the right and the power to establish peace and justice in all human life and true harmony with all creation. We believe in the living faith of our ancestors. Our way is not merely ritual or belief. Our way is a way of life. Sister Bobby and Baba Ed will lead us in affirmation.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Warsaw family. Good morning. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and be the leader of the Warsaw Community Affirmation. I'll go right on in and get started. We will know God's truth to be free and self-determined.
Creator, help us to remember the humanity, glory, and suffering of our ancestors and to honor the struggles of our elders.
Let us strive to bring new vision and life to our people. Let there be peace and harmony among us.
Let us be loving, sharing, and creative. Let us work, study, and listen so we may learn, teach, and cultivate self-reliance.
Grant us power, O Holy One, as we struggle to resurrect our hearts and our homeland.
We will raise our children according to the needs of our nation with discipline, patience, devotion, and courage. We will strive to be the living models of the new direction of our people.
We are an African people.
We are children of God. Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. And now our wonderful Sounds of Ma'at have a song for us. David and Latrice.
Before David and Latrice begin, I just want to say, on our program, we have right now Brother Hanif's granddaughter, Yasmin, but we're going to save her song along with others for the ending song, Lift Every Voice and Sing, because it is Lift Every Voice and Sing. So those of you that have tuned in, Brother Hanif, your family, just hold on. We're going to feature your granddaughter at the conclusion of service with Lift Every Voice and Sing. Now you may proceed, Brother David. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, thank you.
So before we start our song today, I just wanted to share the intention behind it. Many of you know that my family lost, or my niece, there's a transition. I'm still working on my grief and my language choices to affirm what I know it to be because of the pain. But there is something that Mama Darnisha shared about the mourning and how you didn't say this, but this was part of what came to me when thinking about our song selections today and thinking about the joy that always comes in the morning, the peace, the relief, the release that comes in the morning from making it to another day. And so I want to call in the spirit of my niece, and we put 2 songs together that will hopefully do that, but to just encourage folks wherever they're at in their process, if there's grief involved, and as we are human, there often is, that we know that the sun will come, that the joy will come, and there are ebbs and flows. So with that, I offer this song. Be with us. Come and 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 be with us. Now, darling, it's been a long and cold, long winter. Little darling, it feels like years since you've been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. Little darling, smiles are returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since you've been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. Oh, darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been and clear. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's alright. It's alright.
Ashe.
Ashe. Now, we're going to have a slight adjustment and go straight to our litany of sacrifice. And you'll see there, those are the addresses where you can send your donations. Just 1 minute, please. Okay. There. Save us, O Holy One, by your name. Vindicate us by your might. Hear my prayer, divine protector. Listen to the words of my mouth. How can we repay the Holy One for the gifts that have been given to us? We will lift up the cup of salvation and call upon the God of our ancestors. We will fulfill our vows to our Creator in the presence of all our people. Gladly we bring our sacrifices to you. We praise your name, O Amun-Ra, for it is good. Umoja, unity. We shall strive to maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Kujichagulia, self-determination. We shall define, name, create, and speak for ourselves. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. We shall build and maintain our communities together. Our brothers and sisters' problems shall be ours to solve together. Ujamaa,
cooperative economics. Together we shall build and maintain our own businesses and together profit from them.
Nia, purpose. We shall make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community and the restoration of our people to our traditional greatness.
Kuumba, creativity. We shall do as much as we can in any way we can to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it.
Imani, faith. We will believe with all our hearts in our God, our people,
and in the righteousness and victory of our struggle.
And again, there are the addresses, both the physical address and the online addresses where you can send your donations. O Holy One, we thank you for these gifts given to us to continue our work in your way. Please bless all of those who have donated today, those who wish to donate, those who would like to donate but could not. We ask in your name, please continue to bless us, continue to shower us in your many graces. Ashe. Yeah. Baba Time, did you hear anything else from Brother John?
I'm sorry, Brother John had an emergency in his family, and he had to leave us to take care of it. And the video that he sent me is not working either. And so, for our historical tribute this morning, if you don't mind, I have thrown something together. It's not ready for this morning, but it's either this or no tribute, unless somebody else wants to step up. So I can run with it if you want.
I have something if you,
Okay, I think I think we should run with Minister Imhotep.
Okay, it's this. What I have is going to seem rather self-serving, but tomorrow is the 35th anniversary of Doris and Imhotep being together, and so I was going to show this at the announcements. I see those of you that are old enough to remember 35 years ago that were there. So I'm just going to share just a few slides, but I wanted to I'm happy about it, of course. So 35 years ago, we got together with my dad, and he took this picture, and we used this for our invitation. And we were around Lake Merritt, and on there it says, "The more love is shared, the more quickly it grows." And Minister Mxolisi has been involved in our lives, from a very early date. And here he is officiating at our wedding ceremony. So Minister Mxolisi is not only the founder of Warsaw Community, co-founder of Warsaw Community, and just a really super human being. He's also an officiant of our wedding, and so he's always going to have a special place in our heart. And we gave him a call this week, and he because we were trying to remember, because him and Mary's anniversary is around ours. And Minister Mxolisi, I think I remember. Did you and Mary say it's on the 12th of September?
That's right.
So
That's right.
The 12th of September is their anniversary. It was their 59th anniversary. And next year they will be celebrating their 60th anniversary, wedding anniversary, of Minister Mxolisi and Sister Mary. Doris is really into the moon. And here she is wearing the crown of Het Haru and also the crown of Aset for the wedding. So I felt myself very lucky to meet a woman that shares my same views in Kemet and our theology. So I feel myself very lucky. And so here we had this crown especially made, and here she is wearing the crown of Het Haru. Here we are, the wedding party. And this is in Southside Berkeley Church. We just chose it for the aesthetics. And here's, we obviously Brother Nantambu, and there's Baba Mahib, Baba Greg. This is Wayne Johnson. We've known each other since junior high. And here we didn't jump the broom, we jumped the Ankh, and that's Freddie Miller. And these are Doris's sister, my sister. And there's little Halima right here in the background. She's now a pediatric surgeon, and that's I believe Kwabena right there. So no, actually,
Is that Sister BJ up there in the balcony?
Actually, no. This is Doris's cousin Diane, and Diane is a bishop, or at least a lead. A person leading in the Presbyterian Church in Kentucky, and she was also a great singer. So she's singing at that time. And here we're jumping the Ankh. The Minister Mxolisi's blessed us, and so here we are jumping the Ankh. And then here we are years later. How did that all that gray stuff get on my face? I don't know. But I posted this last year, and I'm friends with the tour guide that I went to Kemet, and he gave his name is Muhammad Fahmy, and he gave a tour, and he wrote this above, and I could somewhat make it out. So I asked him, I said, hey, what did you say there? And this is what he wrote. Sematawi Merit Jet united and join in love, affection for eternity, earthly and heavenly. And so thank you, Wose community, for allowing me to share these moments with you. And I'm going to conclude this tribute. It is historical. Of course, it's in a Al-Kabalon kind of historical way. And I see Baba Kofi there. Kofi is where we had the bachelor party. It was over at Kofi's house over there in Montecito. So glad that he could be a participant as well. So that's all I had. I apologize if you think that's really odd for a historical tribute, but I just wanted to bring it forth. Ashe.
Ashe, thank you, Brother Minister. That was excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Outstanding. And the Sounds of Ma'at have another selection for us.
Indeed, we do. Here comes the songstress now. Are you ready, songstress? Yes. Some of y'all recognize it.
Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, against a white wall, TV antennas in back. You may not have a car at home, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, against a white wall, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at home, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Diving in the back, sun rooftop, taking to see what it makes to me. Ooh. Diving in the back, sun rooftop, taking to see what it makes to me. Ooh. Just be thankful for what you got. Just be thankful.
Now sing along.
Sun top, digging to see where the gates to lead. Ooh. Time in the back, sun rooftop, digging to see where the gates to lead. Ooh. You can come as you are. Ooh. Just be thankful. Oh, don't let the circle be unbroken. Just be thankful for what you got. Just be thankful for what you got. Just be thankful.
Wow. Is Kaumba here? I think it is. Ashe. Thank you, Sounds of Ma'at. And now, our inimitable founding minister, Minister Mxolisi, has a message for us.
Ahmed Rahatep will say, give thanks and praises for this day of life, health, and strength. And the way things are going in this world, in this country, I was wondering if maybe I should give up this message and talk about some political stuff, but no, because I might be led to say some things, some words that I usually don't say. But
No, we're trying to keep this fit out of here today.
Just for our brothers and sisters, children, the families from Haiti, and what they had to go through, and that the border patrol had just had the gall, the nerve, the demonism to chase them away, to impose upon them to go back home, where the earthquake, the storms, maybe there's nothing there for me to go back to. But we just pray that the Most High will be with them, protect them, and maybe some measure of humanity will affect the policies and behaviors of this country, this nation. Let's give me thanks for the opportunity to be with you, to share with you, and I hope that something I say will be beneficial. Ashe, oh, good to see those faces out there. And some are smiling, some are not, but it's all good, it's all right. I want to start with a little bit of a song myself, Ashe. And it's something that I was led to put together back in 2002 called Here Comes the Morning Sun. 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 Eternal flame of eternal love from the heart of the Holy One. Blessings from heaven above. Divine Kepra love. Here comes the morning sun. Here comes the morning sun. Here comes the morning sun. Eternal flame of eternal love. Mother, I said, is letting us know. Time to rise up and grow with vision, faith, and hope. Here comes the morning sun. Here comes the morning sun. Here comes the morning sun. So rise up with sisters and brothers, rise up with sacred ancestors, rise up with parents and elders, rise up with love. Rise up to teach the children, rise up for nation building, rise up with unity, sacred community. Here comes the morning sun. Here comes the morning sun. Here comes the morning sun. Rise up with Septepi power, rise up this very hour, rise up with all you've got, rise up in the spirit of Mott, rise up in the spirit of Mott, rise up in the spirit of Mott, rise up. She will say, we must rise up. We must rise up.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Let me offer this brief prayer here. O divine creator, give thanks and praises for this day of life, health, and strength, another day that you've entrusted unto us. Measure of your sacred essence to do all we can in every way we can to make life more beautiful, more spiritual, more sacred and holy for ourselves, for our people, ultimately for the totality of the human family. It's giving thanks and praises for this gathering, for these beautiful spirits, these beautiful brothers and sisters of truth, beauty, and goodness. Praying, Holy One, that these words that I've been led to put together will be of benefit for us as your people, as we continue endeavoring to live up our sacred African way. It's by the power of your spirit, your essence within, that I'm raising these words. And I say, Ashe, Amen Ra, Ashe.
Ashe.
Well, for this message, I'm taking inspiration from Self-Definition by Ra. It's in the Hosea, page 8, and of course, passage number 4. And also some what do I call, some brief excerpts that have been kind of edited by me from a couple of other chapters in this same book of Knowing the Creations. But the Self-Definition by Ra. And I'm going to refrain from using what's the word? Masculine everywhere all the time. And I'm going to put it like this. And the majestic Ra, Lord of all, spoke to Aset the Great, saying, I am the one who made heaven and earth and knitted together the mountains and created all that exists upon them. I am the one who made the primeval waters and caused heaven to come into being. I am the one who made the male and the female so that the joys of love might come into the world. I am the one who made the heavens and the hidden places of the two horizons so that the souls may dwell in them. I am the one who, when my eyes are open, it becomes light, and when my eyes are closed, it becomes dark. I'm the one at whose command the waters of the Nile rise, and whose name the exalted ones do not know. I am the one who creates the hours so that the days come into being. I am the one who initiates the New Year festivals and creates the flood waters. I am the one who made the living fire so that the works of the houses might be performed. I am Keper, the bringer into being in the morning, Ra, the most high and glorious at noon, and Atum, the complete one, in the evening. And from there, I want to go to creation of Ra. And like I say, it's an excerpt from that's been revived a little bit by me, and forgive me if I come across wrong. But I am the one who has placed a measure of my essence within everybody, as the seeing of the eyes, the hearing of the ears, the breathing of the nose, to be communicated to the heart and mind, to cause all perceptions to come forth, to be declared by the tongue and brought into being, with justice to be given for that which is loved, and punishment for that which is hated. And then from the 4 good deeds of the Creator, this excerpt: I am the one who made every person like his or her fellow, and did not command them to do evil. It was in their own hearts and minds which caused them to disobey that which I commanded. Then another passage I want to read from page 42 of the book of Ptah-hotep, number 4, that I think most of us are very familiar with. It says, be diligent as long as you live, always doing more than is commanded of you. Do not misuse your time while following your heart, for it is offensive to the soul to waste one's time. Do not lose the daily opportunity to increase that which you have. Diligence produces gains, and gains do not endure when diligence is abandoned. So one more reading here. What we believe, what we practice. The Wosei Community Church is a community of the way. The way is Ma'at, truth, justice, and righteousness. We believe the teachings of our elders and our ancestors, that the Creator God created the universe and all life. And has placed in each of us a part of the divine spirit. God living in us and through us has given us the right and the power to establish peace and justice in all human life and true harmony with all creation. We believe in the living faith of our ancestors. Our way is not merely ritual or belief. Our way is a way of life. Our way is not a random path. Our way begins with coherent understanding. It is a way that aims at preserving knowledge of who we are. It is with this conviction that we study the rich heritage of our African people. The way is reciprocity, the way is wholeness, the way is unity and self-determination. It is creativity, collective work, and responsibility. Our way creates, our way worships and praises the God of our ancestors. The way is life. The way only destroys destruction. So with those readings as a foundation, I want to ask the question, raise the question, are you doing all you can to become one with Amen-Ra? Are you doing all you can to become one with Amen-Ra? And with our ministers in training group being identified as the Kepra group, I want to give special attention to that nature, to Kepra and Kepra's powers and what influence they might have on our ministers in training, but not only on them, on all of us, on you and on me, to help us deal with who we are, where we are, what we have to confront in this life, and how we go about confronting it. Are you doing all you can to become one with Amen-Ra? Well, Kepra was a continuously impressive and empowering nature from pre-dynastic years, possibly as early as 7,000 to 8,000 BC. He was one of the first self-created natures, and his name His name means he who has come into being, one who develops, one who creates. Again, he was known in various gnomes of the continent well before the gnomes were united and became Kemet. So in contrast to Nu and Nut, Kepler, along with Ra, represented the spiritual aspects of creation rather than the material or physical aspects. He was usually depicted as a human with a scarab beetle on his head, or sometimes with the beetle as his head. The scarab beetles were known for laying their eggs in dung, in manure, and then rolling it around until it became like a ball, which was then placed in their underground nests. And when the larva hatched, they would pick through the dung, they would pick through the manure and find the protein-laden nitrogen particles, which served as their source of nutrition. I don't know, it seems to me maybe that reality probably had significant impact on the doctrine of opposites in the creation process, that even a ball of crap, a ball of manure, had useful life-supporting substances. Then cannot that be the case for us, for the balls of crap that we humans have to deal with in our lives? When we, and if we are diligent and militant to bring the essence of the Most High entrusted unto us, to bring that forward, to confront the situations or circumstances that we are faced, that we can somehow find some positivity in there, some positivity within ourselves, that we have strength, that we have energy, we have the capacity to deal with those things, to overcome those things. We don't let them just overflow us and get us down. Are we doing, are you doing all you can to become one with Amen Ra, to control our thoughts and our actions, to be diligently devoted to the mission that we've been given, to establish peace and justice in all human life and true harmony with all of creation. It's in our hearts, it's in our hands, it's entrusted unto us by the Most High to have the capacity to do this. If you relate to and nurture that sacred essence within, not be distracted by the crap that so many forces in the world seek to impose upon us. Are we doing all we can, every day we can, every way we can, to become one with, one of Amen Ra? And then there's this aspect of the scarab beetle rolling this ball around, this ball of life, this ball of the creation of life, being associated with Kepler, is seen as the nature. Kepler came to be seen as the nature that brought the sun to life each day, the nature of creation and rebirth that went on as far as much as 6,000 years, during which time Kepler had not what some writers call a cult, had no temples of his own, but had some measure of oneness with Ra. But during those years, those perhaps as much as 6,000 years, it was said that Kepler's emblem, the scarab beetle, was probably one of the most popular spiritual symbols in the land. There was this custom of placing scarab amulets over the hearts of deceased persons during the mummification process. in order to help the dead in their final judgment before the feather of Ma'at. It was during the 19th, during the 18th dynasty, around 1550 BC, that there was a greater than usual campaign to create the greatest possible unity and harmony among the various spiritual traditions of Kemet. Like we know, there were 42 gnomes that back in the days of Pharaoh Men's Narmer, they were brought together to be one Kemet, but they didn't all give up all their traditions. And so the 42, we don't know exactly how many, they had their various traditions going back and forth, but they had this general attitude across Kemet of understanding and appreciating one another's tradition. And at various times they tried to bring them together. But in the 18th dynasty, they had a greater than usual campaign to bring about unity and harmony among the various spiritual traditions. And it was during that campaign that the full-scale merger of Kepler with Ra and Atum came into being, with Kepler being honored as the bringer into being in the morning, the one who rises at dawn without fail, making the way, opening the way for Ra to come, the most high and glorious at noon, to be followed by Atum, the complete one, in the evening. So like our ancestors of the 18th dynasty, we truly need a greater than usual campaign for unity and harmony among ourselves, amongst our people, to uncover and preserve knowledge of who we are and who we have potential to be. And what we must do to achieve that potential and not remain forever divided and conquered. Are we doing all we can? Are we doing all we can to be and become one with the Most High, with Amun Ra? So every day, ministers in training, not only ministers in training, but all of us, you and me, we need to rise up daily without fail to diligently pursue the missions that we've been given, to rise up daily, to reflect and demonstrate our consciousness of the essence of the Most High within us, and to bring that light, to share that light, share that reality with family and community. We heard Minister Imhotep just a while ago talking about what a blessing it was to him to find someone that he could marry who shared his spiritual consciousness, shared his spiritual ideals, shared his spiritual understandings, and move forward on that path. We have too much division with families, with mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers that just have no time for this sacred African way. But no, we have to find the way to bring a change to that, to bring about that unity, to bring the light of understanding that the Most High lives within us, that we are not wretched beings. That's something that's imposed upon us by some wretches of the earth. We are temples of sacred essence that brought creations into being. That's been entrusted unto us by that creator, that master of the universe. We have to do all we can in every way we can to get that understanding across to our families, to our communities, ultimately to all humanity, but to our fathers and mothers, to our sisters and brothers, to uncles and aunts, the cousins, the friends and others. We got to do all we can in every way we can to get that message across. We got to rise up daily, ministers in training, and all of us, you and me, rise up in training to do all we can to cause others to rejoice when we rise up in their presence and share with them what we know and what we understand, the details of our sacred African way, with words and deeds of truth justice, and love. We got to rise up every day and let that light shine, knowing that the Kepler beetle, so that the Kepler beetle was able to move over 1,000 times of its own body weight. Now that's a physical thing. That's a physical thing. But let us rise up. Let us rise up with vision, with confidence, with faith, that we can move over 1,000 hearts and minds, 1,000 spirits to embrace the sacred African way. Now that's the spiritual thing. Now we may not be able to do it, one of us alone, do 1,000, but us as a community, as a unified community, a community with vision and purpose, community that puts that as a priority on our agenda, what we must be about as a people. We've got to get some unity, some spiritual, cultural unity. I mean, and then folks might be able to, if they're Christian, they want to stay a Christian, that's fine. But there's some aspects of Christianity that, as well as most all the religions of the world, that are rooted in African spirituality, rooted in Kemetic spirituality. We need to help each other see what those connections are, and then come together as one to do what we need so that we can be all that we can be in unity and harmony with the Most High, and not divided because we are persuaded by folks who look at us as less than human, but they're willing to exploit us, incarcerate us in their so-called theological traditions. So with the Kepler spirit, we need to rise up and shine. Rise up and shine. Rise up daily to get our folks to know that Mott is the Holy Spirit. And so many folks they talk about the Holy Spirit. They never, in my experience, they never defined the Holy Spirit. Well, what is it? Mott is the Holy Spirit. It's about truth and justice and righteousness. It's about harmony and balance, divine right order, reciprocity. We need to get our folks to understand and share with them by word and by deed. Mott is the Holy Spirit. We need to rise up daily, to get our folks to know and get ourselves to show that Kwanzaa in Nguzo Saba is not a 7-day party. It's but a 24/7, 365 way of life. We need to do that diligently, militantly, driven by the Holy Spirit, driven by Mott in our lives, driven by Mott in our hearts, in our minds, in every cell and fiber of our being. We need to live up to Umoja and Kuji Chagolia. We need to live up and let it shine. Ujima and Ujima, live up and let it shine every day. Nia, Kuumba, you know that word Kuumba in the Kiswahili is referencing the spirit of the Most High doing the work of creation. Let that be our motivation, our power, the engine of our lives, engine of our spirits. We've got to get our folks together. Here's some values, whether you're Christian, Muslim, whatever your spiritual tradition is. These are values that we can work together, share together, build upon together, save our children. We must work on this together. You know, one of the things that really touches my life in terms of Nguzo Saba is that mkeka, that woven mat. And in the ancient Kemet traditions, there was this feminine nature, Neat, who's known to weave the creation into being. And our ancestors, when they, in the various nomes they were in, they built shrines to put their sacred symbols in. They put a woven mat on the floor on which to place those sacred symbols. And what comes to my mind, comes to my heart, is if this creation is woven into existence and we're placed upon it. We are sacred beings, are we not? If we allow our hearts and minds to go in that direction and not being diverted by the philosophy, so-called theology of demented folks. We are sacred beings. We are not wretched creatures. Our Creator did not bring wretched beings into being. As the passage says, I created you, those who decided to go in the direction of wretchedness, you did that on your own. Your destruction of the heart that I extended to you. So we need to get our folks to know and get ourselves to show that the virtues of our way are commands given to us by the Most High, given to us by Amen Ra, to control your thoughts and actions. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm giving you the capacity, the power. I'm hearing the Most High say to control your thoughts and actions. You can do it. You must do it. That's a command that's the Most High has given to us. Control your thoughts and actions. Do not turn them over to social media. Do not turn them over to TV. Do not turn them over to any force that would incarcerate you in self-destruction. You must be the one, individually, collectively, to control your thoughts and actions. You must be diligent in your devotion to the mission of liberating yourself, liberating your people from the so-called theology, philosophy of your inherent God-given wretchedness. You know, that does not exist. Grow to know that that is something imposed upon us, that wretchedness, that's something imposed upon us by the profiteers of wretchedness, masquerading as men and women of righteousness. We've got to do all we can in every way we can to be diligent in that mission, to liberate ourselves, liberate our people from that spiritual incarceration. And we got to rise up daily, ministers in training, rise up daily, Warsaw community members, rise up daily, Warsaw established ministers, rise up daily, Mxolisi, Ozo Sawani, rise up daily and let the light shine. Grow to know and show that truth sets you free. Not just because you heard it, not just because you read it, but when you diligently embrace it and militantly wield it, truth sets you free. For the greatest good of family, community, nation, and race, ultimately for the greatest good of humanity. Grow to know and show freedom from resentment. Freedom from resentment under persecution and wrong. Oh, that's a challenging virtue. But let not that emotion lead you to an action that worsens your situation. Be diligent and militant in allowing the Holy Spirit, Mat, and the Septepi power entrusted unto you, entrusted unto us to lead us to solutions for that pollution. Lead us to solutions for that pollution will bring that, particularly that conspiracy. I mean, when someone is planning to do you wrong and they just get a kick out of it every time they have a measure of success, you know, something's got to be done about that. Sometimes a thing wrong might happen. It might be an accident, a misfortune. Now we can deal with that. But that, the conspiracy to run us down, wipe us out, we've got to give it some thought. What are we going to do? How are we going to address that and understand it completely, thoroughly, then it calls for some militancy, as we've been directed a couple of weeks ago when Brother Malik was giving his message, some militancy. We got to do it. Do it so that some pollution comes to a solution. We got to grow to know the right from the wrong, that which is loved from that which is hated, to grow to know the real from the unreal, that which is ma'at from that which is not, especially within ourselves, within our own thoughts and actions. And we go forward as we interact with our people with that light shining in us and through us. It's going to make a difference. It's going to make a difference. We've got to be doing all we can every day we can in order to make the difference. This is a crucial time right now. We've got to help our folks to understand that this is a divided nation, and a significant piece of this nation is more focused on our destruction, the diminishing of our impact on anything going on in this world and in this country than almost has ever been, even, you know, as deep and divisive and ugly and threatening as things were in the days of slavery. They don't have our bodies shackled anymore, but they want to keep our minds, our spirits shackled. And as much as they can do is just drive it out and get more folks like, oh my goodness, forgive me for raising his name, Larry Elder, who said, in terms of reparations, we need to be talking about the reparations for those slaveholders who lost their wealth. Oh my goodness, if they can work that kind of madness on some folks, we have to work diligently to limit the numbers, to eliminate the numbers. Do all we can in every way we can, and always, always, always do all we can to make life more beautiful and beneficial for our families, for our communities, for our nation, for our race. Nupu Kepara, Nupu Kepara, Nupu Kepara, Nupu Kepara. I'm the being of my becoming one. With Amen Ra, I'm becoming. Through Septepi power, every hour I'm being and becoming. So each day by the power of Mat within me, I choose the sacred way. I choose divinity. Each minute, each hour, through Septepi power, I create my destiny. Nupu Kepara, Nupu Kepara. Nupu Kepara means I am Kepara. I am the one who comes into daily to bring to set the path for the rising sun, to set the path for the coming of the Most High, the complete one, to set the path for truth, beauty, and goodness. Let it be in my life, in our lives, and do all we can, every way we can, to be in the lives of our people everywhere across this nation, everywhere around this world. Are we doing all we can, every day we can, every way we can, to become one with Amen Ra? We must be about this business, to let the Kepler spirit rise up in our hearts and minds, to rise up and glow in our thoughts and in our actions. Let's rise up every hour of every day. We must rise up and do all we can in every way we can to make life more beautiful. Ankh Uja Senebo say, Amen Ra Hetep.
Ashe.
Ashe, Minister.
Ashe.
Ashe,
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 Minister
ashe.
Mxolisi. Ashe, indeed.
Ashe.
I am sure that if you were just like me, you have been moved and touched by the power of the message. The message was clear. There's a call out being issued for those of like minds and spirits to come together. And if you have been moved by this message and have yet to join in with the Wosei community, this is your time. This is your time to raise your hand, to check into the chat, to make it known that you would like to share and to be a part of this movement, this spiritual movement, to join the Wosei community. So it's this time, the doors of the church, as we used to say at other venues, are open. And now you can come and signify your willingness to become a member of this community. Also, I want to make an additional call out. Most of the time in these Zoom settings, people are already members. People are already a part of the Wosei community. But this invitation is not simply for new folks. This invitation I would like to extend that those who are already members, those who say they see the need and the necessity of being connected with like minds, that you take this coming week to issue out your own invitation, to find at least one person that you could say, come, join us, come to this Wosei celebration, and the Spirit will take care of the rest. Because I'm a true believer in that. That's how I ended up in this community, because a brother took the time to invite me, and it wasn't during a Wosei service. So this call, this invitation is not simply now and during this service. I want to just take the time to put us on notice as already members to practice what we say is important to us. Find at least one person to invite to the service, and the Spirit will take care of the rest. And that what Mxolisi was talking about, one touching 1,000, it can happen. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
Ashe. Woo. Yes, indeed. Ashe. Thank you, Brother Mally. Ashe.
Okay. At this time, we do have a brother who has expressed desire to become a member of Wosei, and I have spoken with him previously. He is Brother Paris King. Some of you may have actually seen Paris participating in the Wosei Sacramento anniversary, and throughout the different services, he has made himself known. So at this time, we are going to bring forward Paris King so that the community can vote on his acceptance as an associate member to the Wosei community. So Brother Paris, if you are there and ready, I'd ask you to please step forward in the event you want to say anything at all before we take a vote on this.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Amin Rahatap.
Ashe.
Is there anything you'd like to say? You're not, there's no pressure at all, but I just wanted to give you the opportunity if you wanted it.
Well, I've never joined anything. I've never joined anything before. I've never donated to any sort of church or religious organization before, Wosei. And I really enjoyed the message today. I enjoy being a part of this. I enjoyed you reaching out to me these last couple of weeks, minister and training, and I hope you all will accept me.
Oh, I
Welcome,
got
brother.
you.
Welcome.
Ashe. Welcome.
And not
Welcome.
just me, all of us, all of us. So at this time, I would like to let you know that Brother Paris has met all of the requirements necessary to be considered as an associate member. And I'd like to ask if there is anyone who opposed to him becoming an associate member of the Sacred community at this time? Speak up. Thank you very much. Is there anybody who would have anything to say or speak to Brother Paris King at this time?
I just
No?
want to
Okay.
say that my experience with Paris has been very positive. I've already said this before, but I want to say it again. During our anniversary celebration in August, it was in the park, and we were concerned with, just the whole setup. And Brother Paris was there an hour and a half before in the park getting ready. And then even prior to that, he was meeting with us in the production team to show us how we could get our sound system together. And Brother Paris provided documents that Brother Bill was sharing again with us on how we could make our broadcast over Zoom that much better. And so, just chatting with the brother, just a really sincere person, and I'm glad that he's official today. Thank you, Brother Paris, for joining us.
Thank you, Imhotep.
Thank you so much.
Ashe.
Thank you so much, Minister Imhotep. So without any opposition to it, I'd like to welcome Brother Paris King to the community of the Sacred African Way, also known as Wose, the Way.
I say, welcome, Brother Paris.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome, brother.
Oregani.
I also am going to add that you happen to come on a great day, which is the day that Minister Malley charged all members with seeking out someone else to invite to and
That's true.
so that includes you too.
Okay.
So feel free to. We'll welcome them just as we welcomed you. So again, welcome. We've got you. All
I
right.
would like to say something.
All right. Okay.
I would like to say something.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Mother.
I think it's so powerful that Brother Paris said he has never belonged to any other group. We are the first. I think that's really outstanding, to think that we influence someone who at all of his life has never belonged or joined any other group.
Ashe.
It's true. I've
That's
played
true.
in churches, I've been around different things, but I have never donated my money. I've never wanted to be a member ever to anything. It's actually against my personality and nature to want to join any groups. So
I want to add that at the same time, this whole time, I've known Paris for, I don't know how many years we've known each other, but at the same time, he's not saying he's always been a very community-minded dude that's always willing to help out. So even though he wouldn't join anything,
yeah,
he would always contribute his energy and energy and skills and intention to help people, so that's the man I know him to be.
Ashe.
yes.
That's so wonderful.
Can I just say too, how fortunate we are. Queen Mother Thurston is with us. And this is why we acknowledge elders, because they point out things that seem that yes, Rana, that just go over our head. She reiterated for us, the significance not only of Brother Paris joining, but the significance that he don't join anything. She pointed it out to us. Thank you, Mother Thurston.
Ashe. So, again, welcome, and we are so pleased to have you, and just look forward to growing with you in Amun Ra. And we're all here. You've got my email. So if you've got my email and phone number, and we've already spoken a couple of times, if you got mine, you got everybody. So if there's anybody you want to hook up with or talk with, or mentor with, or whatever, just let me know, and we'll try to get that happening. And we'll continue to move you along in this process that you've entered, okay?
Okay, you know, Brother William and a couple other folks occasionally send me emails and ask questions or anything like that, and I want y'all to know that I'm here for that as a resource. Anybody who wants to ask me anything or anything like that, I'm just an email away.
And also remember, young brother, it's not always about money. It's time and talent.
Yeah.
As long as you contribute, okay?
Well, I'm good with the time and the talent. That's my strength.
That's what it's all about.
Yes,
Regardless,
contribution
it
is
will be the last.
contribution.
We're the first and we'll be the last. You won't have to join anything else again.
I believe that.
You're here for another 40 years because you're a young person and you're going to be here to carry it on.
Okay.
You're going to be here to teach the next one, the next group. Welcome.
That's Mott.
Welcome and joining us.
That's Mott.
All right. So at this point, Baba Damu, are you out there? We're going to bring that young man in with song, with Lift Every Voice and Sing, if you are there. Baba Damu, come forward.
Actually, it's been changed. We're not doing Damu. Brother Bill, you want to introduce the Lift Every Voice?
Okay.
Actually, I think the proper order, I'm sorry to keep I think the proper order would be for Minister Malley to close us out, and then we would have the beautiful song that we're all waiting for, Brother Hanif. And let me just say, Brother Hanif called me last week, and he says, Brother Imhotep, I'm in the hospital. I have pneumonia. And I said, oh my goodness. And I said, well, did they test you for COVID? One of the questions you have to ask. And he said, yes, I've been tested and I've tested negative. And then I talked to him a couple of days later. He also reached out, and Baba Tayemba has talked to him as well. So, again, we need to reach out to each other, to keep in touch with each other. And him and Brother Sudi are close. They used to play in a band for 20 years. And so we're all connected. We're all connected. And so we're so glad that Brother Hanif thought enough of us to share the musical talents of his granddaughter. And those of us that are in the production team, we've agreed, some of us, that we should use this song to close out, not every service, but in the future in our services, because it's Lift Every Voice and Sing, and it's a really good rendition. So sorry, Bill, I feel like I've stepped on your toes or anything. Minister Malley, would you close us out? Minister Mxolisi is a great message. I got this when I was in Kemet, this Kepper beetle, and the group that I went to Kemet with, they teach that this is the age of Kepper, that we have left Amen, and now we are in the age of Kepper. It's 5 ages and they repeat. Minister Malley, close us out. Thank you so much.
First and foremost, we want to thank and acknowledge the presence of the ancestors who we called to join us. We want to thank them for being a part of this celebration. And then let us all acknowledge the one great entity, the divine, the Amun-Ra, who in the age of Kepper is bringing us out into being. Let he be the beacon of our light to help guide us, to strengthen us, to bring us closer together, to have it strengthen and touch us in these challenging days and times. Let it all be one purpose, one order, one collection of people united in love for us all. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Ashe.
Ashe. Baba Jeff, I think we're waiting for the song now.
Uncle John Seneb, Baba Hanif and family.
I'm never giving my money.
Ashe. And let us close with we'll say, you are the most beautiful people on the face of this earth.
earth.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Yes, we